This is Londoner in Sydney from londonerinsydney.com. I am from the UK living in Australia, and I am literally just about to send off my visa application for the partner de facto form, which is called the subclass 820 partner visa, which is a temporary visa. I wanted to show you all today how to physically do it because I couldn't find any videos on the internet kind of showing as a guide on how to fill out this form, and it is quite complicated, and I've looked on a lot of forums and I couldn't find anything. Now I just wanted to warn you, I'm not anything to do with immigration. I haven't used a migration agent, nothing. It's just what I've read from the internet and how I've managed to complete the application to where I am today. So I'm just going to give you a few pointers on how much easier it would be to fill it out when you can actually physically see different tips on how to do it. So firstly, we're going to start off with, I bought a lot of these folders from Officeworks. They're literally just bigger than A4. These are really handy just to put all your documents in, because you probably will have quite a few documents, to put them in while you're collecting everything before you send it off. And then for the actual visa, I've just used these clear plastic folders that you also get from Officeworks to put everything in. Now what I've done is, the first thing I have done is I've written a cover letter to send to the people at immigration, just to let them know that what we're kind of sending, and then a table of contents also, which for you to see what I've done is I've spread it out into 8 folders. So we have folder 1, which consists of forms. Folder 2 is statutory declarations. Folder 3 is personal documents of applicant. Folder 4, personal documents of sponsor. Folder 5, now we've got the financial aspects. Folder 6 is the nature of the household. Folder 7 is the social context of the relationship. And folder 8 is the nature of commitment. Now I've written this out so that it's kind of easy for them to go through. Now, as you're probably aware, you can't use any paper clips, anything to put your documents together. So what I've done with mine is I've kind of tabbed them up, so it's kind of easy for them to be able to go through. Now folder 1 is forms. I've written every single folder, I've written a table of contents, and for the first 4 folders is just a table of contents. Folder 5 to 8, which is the evidence of a genuine and continuing relationship, also has a joint statutory declaration as well from me and my partner, just stating what are evidence that we are providing. So on folder 1 we have the applicant application document checklist, the form 47 SP, which is what the applicant has to fill in, and form 40 SP, which is my Australian partner, that's his form to fill in. So that's basically all you need to do for folder 1. Now folder 2 is the statutory declarations. You can find the 888 form on the internet, which you need to get at least 2 people to fill it out, just saying how they know you. They need to be Australian or permanent residents. So for me, it didn't really matter me including any of those forms from people from my home country. So we just used my partner's family and some friends. And then I've also written a statutory declaration about the history of my relationship with the sponsor. And my partner's also done the same, which we've signed, and we've got a JP to witness our signatures. And the statutory declaration, all it needs to be is just almost like an essay really, just saying how you've met, where you met, kind of dates, what you've been doing since, how you live together, like basic things like who cooks for each other, you know, who makes the bed, just really simple things like that. And also what your future plans are as well. So that's folder 2 for you. Now folder 3 is personal documents of the applicant. That's for me. That includes my the page of my passport, photographs, birth certificate, which I had to get redone in the UK. So if you're planning to do this application, it took me 3 solid months to do this. So plan well in advance. And for me to get police checks, that took quite a long time. It took a good month to organise. If you're working and you want to call immigration, be aware that you will be on hold for a good half an hour. And I assume opening and closing times are just normal office hours. So if you are working, it's going to be quite difficult to get hold of them. I did call them on many occasions about different things to ask them about this application. So just warning you. And I also included a certified copy of my driver's license, completed Form 80, which you have to do. Australian police report, because I've lived in Australia for more than a total of 12 months since I was born. My UK police report, proof of my medical health assessment. Now, I went to the medical. You don't get a sealed envelope anymore. They do it all electronically. So I just included the receipt for the medical. I also got a certified copy of my recent bank statement and just an up-to-date copy of my CV. That's folder 3. Now, folder 4 is personal documents of sponsor. So this is the personal documents of my partner. And we included a passport, photographs, also his birth certificate, driver's license, certified copy of his payment summary, original letter of employment, and original payslips, just to prove his address. Next one is the financial aspects. Now, this is started the evidence of a genuine and continuing relationship, which does take quite a while to organise these next 4 folders. So, financial aspects is basically just stating statutory declaration. So that's just kind of like a letter, just saying what you're including. We included the original letters of our joint bank accounts. And then relevant purchases we've made as well. Just to let you know, our situation is that we met whilst we were travelling around the world, and we lived in Australia for 1 year, and then we travelled again from February 2013 to February 2014. And we've come back to Australia realising that we want to live here permanently. So whilst we were living here before, we were staying at my partner's mother's place. So we don't have copies of rent or bills or anything like that. So for us, we thought it was relevant to include purchases we made for our trip and during our trip around the world, because we were technically living together anyway. Our flights that we booked, room bookings that we made, and then we've also included our entire bank statements from when we met until now, and that's since 2012. So there's quite a lot in that. So we've just kind of highlighted in our bank statements everything we bought each other or for both of us. Now, folder 6 is the nature of the household. What we've included in here is we got my partner's mother to include a statutory declaration to explain why we don't have any proof of bills or rent. We've also got confirmation emails for household purchases, so anything you've bought for the house, include your emails. We've also got gifts to my partner's mother to say thank you for rent and free bills. That includes email confirmations and photos. And we've also got proof of address for both of us. You can include proof of address, that anything that's addressed to both of you, or separately, just to show the dates and that you both lived there at the same time. Folder 7 is the social context of the relationship. So this one is basically any photos you have together. Now, we have quite a lot, so we just put our photos down on a page that had like 6 photos, colour photos on a Word document, and then underneath each one saying where they were taken and the date they were taken. So I've listed one for every month we've been together and every country we visited. I've also included photos of us with friends and also each other's families, and We've also included cards that we have received from each other's families, joint cards and separate cards. I've also included photo evidence of gifts that we've given each other, and email confirmations as well of gifts that we have given each other. So there's also gig tickets, confirmations, original letter of gym membership, screenshot of our mutual friends on Facebook, cards from our friends, and then there's also personal emails to our friends about each other, and that's about it for that one. So, and then the last one is the folder 8, the nature of commitment to each other. Now, for this one, you need to get a certified copy of birth, death and marriage certificate, relationship certificate. You need to go into the office of whichever state that you're applying for. In Sydney, I know it's near Central Station where we went to, and that takes about 5 weeks before you get the certificate. So if you don't have 5 weeks to spare, they did say that for a bit more of an extra charge, they will give you a letter to put with your application to say that you've already applied for that, for the certificate. So I've also included here screenshots to prove that we're each other's beneficiaries for our super funds, and then a certified copy to say that I was working at the company that I was working for in 2012, as my partner noted as the emergency contact. Also time you've spent apart as well. So if you spend any time apart, we've spent 3 weeks apart at one time, so I've included emails that we sent each other, cards that we gave each other when I was leaving, and postcards as well. If you have phone calls or Skype calls or texts or anything like that, include that as well. And I've also put for social media aspects our Facebook screenshots to say when our relationship started, private Facebook conversations between each other, emotional support emails and cards to each other, and we also had a joint blog, so I've included details about that, and also we've named each other as the main beneficiary for each other's wills, which is included in this. So this is all the information that we have included. We actually have about 700 pages worth of content to provide for this application. Some people won't have as much, some people might have more, but we're putting it actually into this box, which is from Officeworks again. That just has everything down, and I'm gonna send that by registered post today to get that tomorrow. I did ask some immigration on the phone if we could go in person, but they advised not to, so we're gonna send that by post today. If you have any questions or anything you want to ask me, please email me. You can find me on my website, www.londonerinsydney.com. The date at the moment is April 2014, so this is the latest for now that I can provide for you. So yeah, if you have any questions or anything, please get in touch, and good luck with your application. Thank you. Goodbye.